What's going on, guys? God bless you. Carlos here with Serranos Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Today we're going to be working on this Volkswagen Golf. Customer had a minor incident, and obviously we are not trying to go through the insurance because that can get costly sometimes. But today we're going to be fixing a minor damage, a little fender bender. I think unfortunately the other people did not have insurance, so it can get very costly for this customer, right? And that's where we come in as detailers. Are we able to fix this issue, right? So stick around. We're gonna get started on this vehicle. All right, so what we're dealing with today is just a very minor scratch or scuff, plastic to plastic, which is not a big issue. The issue here with this project is it took some big chunks of the paint, so it went through pretty much the plastic, and there will be areas that I will not be able to fix, which I explained that to the customer, but I think everything else will turn out really well. Some of you guys may say a paint pen will be the route. That is very correct. Unfortunately, I don't carry paint pens, and customer really didn't know about the paint pens, but I explained to her, like, once I fixed it, if she wants, she can go and get a color match paint pen to fix that issue, and I think it will turn out really, really well. But for this project, we are going to be using, this is from So Clean Products. This is called GOP, grease, oil, and paint remover, right? This is my go-to usually. If it's not this, it'll be some paint thinner, but this is usually my go-to when I have to do any of these minor repairs. We are going to attempt this first with a towel method, right? The least aggressive method. And if that does not work very well, then usually I'll go to my magic eraser method, which this one usually does really well. I just don't want to scuff this paint too much already. One, I really don't know how it's been maintained, if that makes sense. So if it's never been waxed, it's never been, it could take more paint off, and I don't want to do that. So we're gonna attempt first the towel method, see how that works. If that doesn't do really well, then we're gonna go to the magic eraser method. All right, let's get started. Always make sure you at least wear some gloves, because you really don't want to be messing around with this kind of stuff, and it will dry your skin, because it is a very heavy product. So put your gloves on, protect your hands. It's now time to get to work. All right, so we're gonna attempt the towel method again. I'll be posting a link of this product. If you guys want to buy it, obviously go for it, but if not, any goof off, I think it's called, or goo gone paint thinner is going to work. Mineral spirits. This one here was just sent by So Clean Products a while back, and I still have some, and it does really well. I gotta say, it smells good too, but obviously don't smell it. But we're gonna try the towel method. Just apply a little bit. This is just a little test pot, just to see how it does. All right, so the towel method is working pretty good, I'd say. Everything transferred over, right? So after this, or after removing this scuff, guys, I highly recommend that you polish this whole area here just to apply protection, because you don't want to leave this bumper with no protection, because this will strip everything off. You always want to let the product do the work, guys. The towel method is doing really well. I'm not doing a lot of pressure. I'm really just letting this product do the work for me. And then I'm gonna come back. There was a little area right here. I'm gonna come back. If you guys can see, look, all that paint is transferring over to the towel. But just for giggles, let's see how the magic eraser does. Let's see. So, with the magic eraser, we are getting nowhere. So, the magic eraser is not working. So we're gonna go straight to the towel method, which is the best method. It's definitely removing it much quicker than the magic eraser. Obviously, this area here, we're probably gonna do like a wool pad, and then we're gonna finish it off with a foam pad to just even it out. So let's get this going. All right, guys, so now that we have pretty much successfully removed like the whole scuff that you see here, after removing that off, we got to come back and we're gonna go with the DIY wool pad, and we're gonna pair it with Coach Chemi H9 as our heavy cut. That's to remove really the major scuff mark off of this, and then we're gonna follow it up with the mini Max Shine Mini just to polish it off. We're going to be using maybe P601 to correct and seal. So let's get right to it. All right, we've gone ahead and pretty much removed the major scuffs that were not coming off with the towel and the thinner. The wool pad will always do really well. So once we do that, I will go ahead and spray some. I'm using some CMX surface prep. The CMX one is from Walmart, and this is gonna pretty much just prepare this bumper for the sealant, or P601 in this scenario. This way it bonds, or at least adheres to this plastic really well before I apply any type of protection. Always make sure you do your panel prep. And again, all this is going to do is make sure that there is no nothing left, and it's pretty much bare plastic, so that when we start putting the P601 by Coach Chemi, it will properly seal on the plastic, which looks like this. So that's next. We're gonna pair it with a Rupes yellow foam. I have my 3-inch, but I was like, I already have this one here. So we're gonna pair it with a couple drops of some P601. And that should be enough. I like to spread it around And there you have it. We've successfully removed the major scuffs that was worrying the customer. Really now all the customer has to do is just fill in these areas if it's really bothering her, which is this one here, and then this major gash right here, which is going to be very minimal. Customer was more concerned on the major scuffs that was all around, but we were successfully able to remove her concern or what she wanted. She didn't want to take it to the insurance company, so that looks way better.
Ay, sí le quitó. Ay, sí, se ve mucho mejor.
Yeah, solo okay.
Muchas gracias.
No, muchas gracias. Fue un placer. Gracias.
Okay, hasta luego.
Hasta luego. That pretty much wraps up today's video on how to remove minor scratches, minor scuff marks from a vehicle, right? Saving the customer about $500 in a deductible. We usually do it at half the cost if we can get it looking good, right? But overall, everything went pretty smoothly on this bumper. Everything pretty much removed except for the major gashes. Obviously that I told her, honestly, it would have to be a paint pen or she would have to take it to a body shop. But if she does take it to a body shop, it kind of defeats the purpose of what I did, because then it's going to be more, right? But we hit the objective, which was removing all those major scuffs that this bumper had, and it turned out really well. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope maybe this kind of taught you guys a little bit on how to remove scuff marks. Sometimes the customers, when they give you a call, they make it seem like it's a major damage, and once you arrive, it's something really minimal, but still sometimes they can be very hard to kind of blend in, especially depending on the damage. But this one here was very straightforward, using just some very good products to remove the scuffs, and then obviously come back and doing just like a minor correction. Always make sure that with every scuff mark removal, you are also adding, or you're finishing it off with applying a sealant or a wax or whatever the case, but you make sure you seal that, because using a paint thinner, mineral spirits, what we use today, you know, it can really deteriorate a lot of the finish. So you want to make sure that after you remove all of that, make sure that you apply a wax, a sealant, whatever the case may be. Obviously on today's product choices, we used Coach Chemi H9 with the DIY wool pad, and we finished it off with Coach Chemi P601 with a yellow Rupes foam to finish it off, and the gloss and the finish really turned out really well. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. God bless you, and I'll see you guys on the next video.